Hi, my name is Jason Kasunic. I'm a freelance filmmaker as well as a Twitch streamer. My handle is Jasetheviking on Twitch and YouTube. And I'm currently stuck in a dead-end job. I'm going to always put that in.
Hi, this is Ryan Kinney. I'm a filmmaker and photographer at EIDG Productions. Check out my latest short film on YouTube, EIDG Productions, or follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/EIDG Productions.
My name is Ryan Kinney. I run an art group called HEYMAN Productions and a writing group called Beautiful Blasphemy.
Aaron, let's talk about that movie. Because we're recording this, tell us the name of your movie you just made.
Oh yeah, Missing.
Please spell that.
Yeah, M_I_SS_NG. Starring B.C. Wayman. And Adam Dempsey. I have to put these things into the search bar to actually have it show up in the middle of all the other things that say Missing Short Film 2019.
All right. So, if anyone hasn't watched it, well, boo. Spoiler alert. Stop now and fast forward through Ryan's bitching, which is most of this.
For the next 25, 30 minutes.
I loved your ending, but I did not realize that you meant that the guy was dead. Until someone else said that.
Someone else said that, yes, and I'm not correcting anybody because...
Okay, you're doing the Ryan thing. Make up your own ending.
No, I've told BC when I wrote it, and he asked me, he goes, what is this? I'm like, this can be taken 5 different ways, at least.
That's a little bit of a Japanese aesthetic.
Yeah.
They're big on the endings that are non-endings. They expect the user to fill in the ending.
Yeah. Then Andre asked me the same thing. He's like, he said that one of his friends was saying that it made sense for him to have died because he cleaned himself up, and there's a lot of people who end on a high note where they clean themselves up and they get ready and then they off themselves.
They want to make a pretty corpse.
Yeah.
I got you.
So that's what they went. He goes, my thought was that it was a dream world where he like dreamt the whole thing. And I'm like, it could be that. I'm like, he could be in a loony bin. He could have, I'm like, and BC asked me, he goes, when you wrote this, what was the ending? I'm like...
I'm kind of seeing a correlation in a way with your story. You're planning on doing yours. With the headlights and the...
Oh, yeah. Reverb that I've wanted to do forever. I totally want to shoot just a trailer, just to spark interest.
Yeah.
And if no interest ever comes, fine. I'm capable of writing that script. And I'll take notes, that's fine on it, but...
Yeah,
that's a longer movie.
Yeah, Missing was easily an hour long. I had to cut it down for time. And I was gonna give more of a backstory with Ray and BC. They were gonna be friends. Like, there was originally, instead of doing that thing where it just flashed red and blue lights to show that the police showed up, it was supposed to be that Ray was there taking their statement. Before that, he was supposed to be hanging out at their house. Like, but this is gonna be way too long.
I liked Andre's little news thing, man. I feel like Andre in that segment should be your Jay and Silent Bob. Sneak that into all your movies as that same news segment, same character.
Yeah.
Use it as a plot device when you have a stuck situation. You can use that as the plot device.
I already use the news as a.
Well, now you have an established version of it.
Yeah.
And a character. And I thought he was really good at it.
Yeah, he liked it. He sent me a message after he saw it. He goes, this is like the first thing I'm actually proud to show people. I'm not weird or zany or anything like that.
Well, no, but he's got I wouldn't say weird or zany, but he's got a mannerism that's deliberate.
Yeah. And
I like it. I think he should be your Jay and Silent Bob, basically. Without the comedy.
Yeah. Well... The comedies and the bloopers. There's one where, you know how he looks at the camera and he says the guilty party is Thomas Dregmar? He kept flubbing and looking at the camera and saying, Jeremy Dregmar. Yes, he kidnapped himself. He's on a desert island with Elvis eating peanut butter sandwiches.
I think The Hood was a big success. There was tons of graffiti. Oddly, no profanity.
Wow.
Not even a single dick. I was shocked. Someone drew a dick on the wall outside the building next to my storage area, but not the Hood. That's probably the classiest Hood I've ever seen. I put pictures of it all up on Instagram and Facebook if you want to look at it.
Of the dick?
No. I kept that one to myself. You know how I like my dicks.
I've seen some pictures.
Of my dicks?
No, on Facebook. On the hood. On your hood.
That's chat roulette.
Because as soon as you were posting them, they were showing my feed.
Oh, yeah. Well, the fancy new smartphone, so I was trying to keep people interested.
Yeah.
And then I did a sign-off when we started packing things up tonight, and then let everyone know that those things are available for rent. Somebody ran into me at a gas station on the way to Ingenuity Fest Saturday and asked if I could do a photo shoot with my car. And then she's like, and I was at Ingenuity Fest. She didn't know that I was going there, hadn't seen my car.
Yeah.
She was there doing the Cleveland Photo Fest.
Yeah.
Some more coffee?
Yes, please. Thank you.
I would also like some, thank you. Writing panel this Saturday at Lakeland. Noon to
Daddy's
1.
gonna finish his coffee. I'm gonna go wait out the car, sweetie. Okay?
It is an anime con. You're supposed to have entry into it. Huh?
Which day?
Saturday.
Saturday.
Okay.
You're supposed to have entry into the con, but it's Lakeland. How are they going to know you're not a student? So walk into the panel. It's on the Facebook event. All the information. You'll have to find H188.
Okay. Really, dude? I don't know how accessible I'll be. We have all kids.
I'm going to be taking off right after there to take Erin somewhere for her birthday.
Okay.
Ellen?
Yes.
Yeah,
Xander's mom. I almost said Dante's mom. I'm like, no, that's you.
Is Dante's his own mom?
I get. Wait. It's a whole new meaning to go fuck yourself. Pretend I didn't say that.
What?
See, he didn't hear you.
Oh, good.
What?
Alright, I will see you later.
Okay. Soonish.
Yep. And Dante should be asleep by the time you come back.
Okay.
It's okay. We go to Ryan's.
Yes, we're gonna go bust into Ryan's house. And you're gonna go sleep in Xander's room. Alright. See you later, Jace.
What time do you have to leave by?
Soon we're done.
Huh?
Soon we're done. 9 o'clock.
Okay. Oh, yeah, it'll probably take that long. You have to be there at 9?
10.
Oh, Jesus, yeah. You're going to be there way early.
That's fine.
How are you getting home tonight if you don't have your bike on you?
I gotta take the bus.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't my bike. I was borrowing it from
You're
Dayton.
working third shift? Mm-hmm. That sucks.
Yep. Well, that's why I'm looking at either switching departments so that I can actually tolerate being there, or going over to the car wash because it's a lot closer.
I made I sold one match just to have enough gas to get in my car to get to Ingenuity Fest. I sold a mask at Ingenuity Fest, and it was the only way I had enough money to even put gas in the car to get there.
How much sell for?
$20. They're those record skull ones I make. We have lots of them left. My car's full of them right now. I'm gonna put them up on eBay. I had somebody say that there might be an event where they can get buy bulk of them, but that person's also known for talking drunken shit. So she might be full of shit. Well, I'm talking a lot of shit about my friends. I sure hope they don't actually listen to this. Anyways, what I was gonna say is a future topic when we get more of us here is retail stories. All of us stories from working in the retail market.
All kinds of horror stories.
Plenty. Good fun.
And then, but yeah, I'm thinking that I'm gonna go and as soon as I get out of work tomorrow. Actually, when I get there tonight, I'm gonna talk because I need to get the hell out of stock. Because I mean, I never wanted to be stocked in the first place.
I guess the battery's dead on that.
Well, that's it.
On this, not this. This is.
Well, obviously that's fine.
It is. That would be why that didn't keep recording.
Yeah. But here's a little bit of a fun story for like whenever. That the reason why I need to get out of stock is because of last week on Wednesday morning. Or, I'm sorry, Wednesday night, Thursday morning. I was working, and I was supposed to be there Thursday night. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not coming in. You know, the main reason is because there was a bit of an incident this morning, and there's a certain someone there that I need to stay as far away from as possible. And if I see her again, I'm gonna beat the shit out of her, whether she likes it or not.
You'd probably get less fired from that than if you had said, I'm going to murder my coworkers.
I didn't say any of that. I just said there's a certain someone there that I need to stay as far away from as possible, and I need some time. So I'm not coming in tonight. Okay.
They tried to call you in?
No, I was scheduled.
Oh.
And I'm like, because of the fact that there was an incident, I'm taking some time off. And
People are so desperate for jobs in those. Companies are so desperate for people in those jobs now.
Mm-hmm.
Back about a decade ago, if I had done that, they would have fired me right then and there.
Yeah, I'm like, no, they're like, no, okay, well, I'll let them know. Because the incident that took place was that Thursday morning, it was getting close to the end of the shift, and I had some cardboard that needed to go into the baler. And so I said, okay, well, you know, I'm going to finish up, I'm going to get rid of this cardboard real quick and then finish up the aisles that I need to deal with conditioning. And unfortunately, there was a certain someone standing in front of the baler, so that, you know, it was like, okay, well, I can't really, you know, just go around her or anything. I had, you know, because she's got her cart and everything blocking off the baler. So, all right, well, there's this huge hole. It's basically a fucking basketball hoop. All right, fine, I'm gonna just toss them in. First 4 go in, no problem. You know, last one, she closes the grate so that the thing lands on top of it and hits her on the head. And it's like, okay, you know, I'm like, and I basically, as it was coming down, I'm like, watch out. And, you know, she's looking up. It's like, that's not what I meant, you idiot. But anyway.
So she got hit in the head with cardboard?
Yeah, with a cardboard box. Empty cardboard box.
No.
And she decided to throw a huge tantrum about it. Saying, oh, well, you know, that really hurt, and when I'm going to punch you in the face. I'm like, okay, if you're going to give me attitude, I apologized. If you're going to give me attitude, you can fuck off. You know, and I started walking away. And the woman over in receiving is like, you don't need to take that from her. You know, I was like, if she's going to start threatening you over an accident, then you need to talk to somebody. I'm like, oh yeah, I will.
So you reported it to the manager?
Yeah. Well, she called the manager over, and she explained everything that she had seen.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
And so, you know.
They cut part of my numbers off. Yay! I have no sense.
Yeah.
What the hell did Aaron do about his missing dollar?
Oh, he went and got some change.
Ow.
So anyway.
Okay.
Well, that happens.
Whatever.
So anyway, you know, Randy gets called over, and you know, the receiver explains everything that she'd seen, and saying that, you know, she's threatening to punch him in the face and blah blah blah, and making it a hostile work environment. And he's like, okay, and he walks away. I'm like, and I had some things that needed to be gotten rid of. I know, like, okay, well, somebody decided to take some free samples. You know, there was an energy bar that somebody had taken a bite out of and left on the shelf. So I'm like, okay, well, you want to take this? Because the EPC's still there? I'm like, yeah, it's right there. It's like, all right, we'll just put it in the salvage. All right. And then there was an entire rotisserie chicken that was sitting on the shelf all night. So I had to take that and put it back where the deli was.
Wait. Unrefrigerated chicken?
Unrefrigerated.
Why the fuck wouldn't you throw that away?
It was actually a cooked rotisserie chicken.
But it's
yeah.
Still meat that you're leaving out.
Yeah, so
it's cooked. That's gross.
Yeah, I know. So I took it back and I put it on the in the kitchen area.
Hey, didn't you put it? You just told me you put it on the shelf.
No, because it's no good. So I figured I'd let them throw it away.
I think you're full of shit now. I think now you're backtracking.
No.
I think you're trying to poison all your people.
Yeah.
You don't have to. If there's no customers, you don't have to work.
Exactly. But,
see, look, it is Clerks.
Yeah, but the thing is that yeah, I'm going through my whole, you know, I'm going through the conditioning of my aisles and everything, trying to just get this done as quickly as possible. And I hear her walking right by me. He's going, oh, a big old box, can't even hit me in the face. Like, you fucking cunt, you're so stupid. It's like, you're really gonna
keep bitching when I got some big old ball that are gonna hit you in the face next.
In the fist, actually. Like, you want to make this
balls are funnier than fists.
Yeah, well,
is that assault? Well, it's sexual assault.
Yeah.
That's an extra crime.
Yeah.
I should not be thinking of crimes right now. I almost got fired for something that was supposed to be that.
Yeah. So anyway, so Randy went and talked to her, got her side of, the fact that, she was standing in the way and she screwed up and, got hit in the head with a box. And then he comes over to me and he's like, could you tell me exactly what the hell just happened? I'm like, it's not really that difficult to understand. I was throwing cardboard into the baler, and she closed the door at the wrong time so that it would actually balance on the grate and hit her in the face. But it's her own fault. And he's like, well, you're both kind of in the wrong. I'm like, yeah, I kind of understand because of the fact that, I wasn't supposed to be doing it at the same time she was. But, I mean, you and I have done this several times. We have hit each other in the face with boxes a lot heavier than this. And it's not that big of a deal. This
reminds me of the fun noodle fights I had with Aaron. They're silly as hell.
Yeah, because he's like, you and I have done this several times. It's like, why the hell is this such a big deal now? I'm like, I know. It's like, it's not that big of a deal, but to her it is for some stupid reason. But the thing is that she's had an issue with me since day one. I don't know what kind of stick is up her ass, but she has always had some kind of issue with me, constantly trying to start something with me. And it's like, you know what? I don't want to deal with you. I don't like you. I know you don't like me, and I don't really care. But just take it elsewhere. And, so it's like, all right, you're both in the wrong. You on a safety aspect because of the fact that you're,
throwing boxes at her face?
I'm like, I wish I threw boxes at her face, but I didn't. But
you threw them over her face.
Yeah.
Her face just happened to get in the way of that.
Yeah, because I was throwing them into the huge hole.
I know what a baler is.
But, I know.
I've played with them before.
But the thing is that, and she was in the wrong because she had made it a hostile work environment, with the whole harassment. And hers is worse than mine because mine is simple. Okay, well, you get suspended for maybe a day.
It is some goddamn drama bullshit that ultimately is unimportant in the grand scheme of life. I promise you it doesn't get any better if you work in an office.
Oh, I know.
No.
But the thing is that I don't want to work in an office. I don't want to work anywhere. I want to work from home.
You need to make millions off this imaginary podcast right here.
Exactly.
And there isn't. Well, actually, there is a podcaster that might make that. There's a couple of them that do, but they had careers before that.
Yeah.
They didn't make careers out of podcasting. They were popular before and made careers. Kevin, Joe Rogan, Adam Carolla.
Mm-hmm. But
Howard Stern, technically, he's not really a podcast. He said
he is.
Well, he is because it's broadcast on the internet now, but he still is on satellite radio.
Yeah.
But after XM and the other Sirius merged, there's only one satellite radio company, and I'm pretty sure Howard Stern is 90% of it. I don't think anyone else subscribes to that unless it came with your car.
Yeah.
And you're probably only using it for Howard Stern.
Mm-hmm. So, and then,
Howard Stern's retirement home.
Yeah.
That's basically what it is.
Pretty much. And I could also add a plug of, if you're interested in buying some merch that has a really, okay design on it that I'm going to be changing relatively soon as soon as I get a hold of Amanda, then...
that is a fucking terrible way to sell a product.
Yeah.
You can buy my, shitty stuff right now. I promise it's going to be something better, but you really should buy my shitty stuff right now.
Yeah.
So that I can try to sell you the better one again later.
And plus, it'll become a collector's item because it'll be one of a kind.
Sure. Tell people you will sell locks of your hair for $200 a piece.
Yeah. That's not going to happen. It wouldn't.
How much hair do you have? Can you grow it back?
Oh, I can grow it back.
All right. How much is $200?
A lot.
Yeah.
Well, it's decent, but it's not.
Tell
a
them
lot.
it's golden Jesus hair.
Yeah.
This is hair from Jesus on the cross.
Mm-hmm.
All right. It's like the Shroud of Turin, is it?
Yeah, Shroud of Turin.
It'll heal all your wounds.
But the thing is that they're trying to date it and see if it's authentic, and they can't.
Some guy buying your hair off the internet doesn't know how to fucking carbon date. You're lucky he can read and write. Probably voted for Trump. The whole, the package.
Wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't think it's very literate people that are voting for that president.
Yeah. I really don't need to keep
They're not big proponents of science, which carbon dating turns out is that.
Mm-hmm.
It's a kind of science.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's how you get.
There you go.
The ages.
So our first marketing thing is we've suggested something shitty, and then we've suggested a scam. All right. That's how we're gonna make money.
And then we'll go with the authentic. Go ahead and.
I promise you, this time it's real.
Yeah, subscribe to the podcast because we'll be making them once a month.
Oh yeah, that's a thing. Did we ever decide on a name?
No, we haven't.
The very first Tell 'em Steve Dave was that too. Brian tried to suggest a name, and it was shot down immediately. And he's like, "I spent months thinking about that name," and they're like, "Just call him the Kevin Smith thing." Like, but I didn't want to hitch our wagon to just that. You don't have any other wagons. Your wagons all gone.
Yeah. That's like ours. We got like next to nothing.
Oh God, Bleck. Bleck. Let's see. Here, let's do some bitching about Cleveland. It'll make me sound racist. So, Aiden is a 14-year-old that helps me. He's Sheena's kid. Basically free slave labor. Because if I pay him, then it's against the law.
Yeah.
He lives in East Cleveland, which is the ghetto of Cleveland. And we have to drive through those very destroyed-ass streets and all that, and all the homeless people that are everywhere, and all that good fun. See which signs have half of them lit up, which buildings are crack houses. You can point that out. He pointed out yesterday, like 3 drug deals he saw as we drove down the street, just looking at the side streets. So, let's say people with a darker skin color, right? At night, are you well seen if you jump in front of a car?
No.
Alright, so maybe not just your skin color, Maybe you're also wearing dark hoodie, dark clothes, anything like that. And you stroll diagonally across the street as if you didn't just step off a sidewalk. Or you're walking into the middle of the road when the sidewalk is a few feet next to you. People in that part of town have absolutely no concern for the fact that there are cars where they're trying to be. In the middle of the road.
Yeah.
And it happens every single time I'm there. Is somebody wanders lazily right across me. And these aren't like slow little side streets. This is Superior Avenue.
Yeah.
Which is like a major street in Cleveland. And then couple that off with the potholes and the open manhole cover that broke the shock on my van that has been open for 6 months.
Still?
Yeah. And they're doing road work on the other half of that road. Like, it's split down the middle with a concrete median. They're working all on this side and have yet to notice the open manhole cover there. And it's not that it's open, it's that the manhole cover has fallen through and is sitting on probably the first rung of the ladder. Either someone tried to steal it or it just rotted out.
No, I'd say it's the latter.
Someone probably tried to get it up, and those things are kind of concreted in now. So you have to jackhammer them out to get them out. Because people were stealing them and rolling them to scrapyards for $5, and those things weigh 500 pounds.
Yeah, you can get. They should be worth more than $5.
It's steel. Steel ain't worth shit.
That's true.
But $5 is heroin or whatever. I guess I was gonna say crack, but I guess heroin is the thing now. Meth.
Yeah.
But I think heroin took that one too. Fentanyl.
Yeah.
Maybe oxys, things like that.
Yeah.
If a nerd who knows nothing about drugs.
The opioids.
Yeah. So I have to kind of do this. So me and Aiden have been thinking for a long time, I really want to stick a porta potty right over that hole and let people shit directly into the hole. So no matter what happens in that scenario, it's going to be funny. Someone's going to hit it because they're not paying attention, and they're just going to have shit fly everywhere. A city worker is going to have to move it and then notice as he's moving it, the hole full of shit under it. So there's no way that situation's not hilarious. And they put some people, the city workers, had stuck a cone in that hole. But somebody keeps stealing the cone or hitting it. You can see the other half of the cone like over off to the side.
Yeah.
Cleveland does have a pothole thing where you can claim and get compensated for damages to your vehicle because of potholes, right? But you have to show proof of insurance.
Yep.
Can you guess what I don't have on my van?
Insurance, yeah.
Yeah, imagine that.
Yep.
Cool. So.
And as long as you have insurance, anything's covered.
Right, but it wouldn't be covered on my insurance. The city of Cleveland would actually pay for it.
Exactly.
But I have to show up with insurance on.
Yeah.
And I can't do that.
And then you'd basically be driving illegally, so you'd be...
Which is what I was doing with the van.
Yeah, I know. But...
Rusting out.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? Here. So, the hood. Have you seen pictures of it online?
Mm-hmm.
See what it looks like?
Yeah.
With all the black chalkboard and people are drawing all over it. And I left Sharpies around and people are drawing all over the seats.
Mm-hmm.
So, I tied a white tie to one of those seats. And over the entirety of the weekend, people doodled on everything but that tie. Aiden said at the end of the event, literally the last half hour or so, somebody finally drew something on it. But so I am entirely shocked. Maybe I have more faith in people, but I was kind of expecting more swear words. The riskiest word I got was butt and DJ Juicy. But what he drew on the tie, I was kind of expecting because I wanted to wear it like a regular tie with all kinds of graffiti, bathroom graffiti on it, basically.
Yeah.
Totally didn't happen. I'm shocked.
People probably thought that it was there to kind of...
I don't know, maybe that was a decoration, but they drew on the seats. Everywhere on the seats. They drew on the stop sign, which is now my new cover photo because it's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm flabbergasted, and those swear words, what in the hell, man? I'd had 2 different people playing it. Sounds amazing. Oh, I don't know. Check out my page, and then there's a guy called Joe Finan, who runs a group called Astrocelt out of Ingenuity.
Okay.
He does like tech and music and like little robot-y scrap found object things. He did a video where he did like a techno mix of Hex playing the hood. You could see if that music could work as something for our intro to this thing.
Okay.
If it sounds too weird, that's fine too. It's something. It's kind of a junkyard sound to it. That's true. You should probably cover your ass. You probably will incriminate me to cover your ass eventually.
Yeah.
I'll eventually say something incriminating.
I was like, yeah, we need to edit that out. That needs to come out.
Yeah, that's the thing about Tom Steve Dave is that every episode there's something where they say, yeah, cut that out. And the guy who runs the show, Bry, never cuts a goddamn thing. The only time he's ever cut anything is if it's a name that he needs to beep out. Just because it would reveal the person's real name.
Yeah.
That's other stuff. I would strongly recommend you listen to a few of that one because that's the style I'm thinking of. But we do not have to do that if you don't want.
Okay.
This is fine, but they like introduce topics and they play games.
Yeah.
We don't necessarily have to do that. Especially because with the people we might get here, like when I'm telling you things that you should do for your thing, like I know what I'm talking about, and I assure you I don't.
Trust me, a lot of the stuff I don't know what you're talking about.
Right. That's basically life is just fucking winging it until you die.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
But speaking of games, I was thinking that a lot of these things on like social media, like TikTok and Twitch, even there's these people that do like Cards Against Humanity, and there's another one. There was one for Cyanide and Happiness. I'm thinking about doing that. You know,
That's
for part of it.
Can that translate audio? Well, I guess if you read it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We just read out what the card says.
So I'm the artsy, jigsaw-y, like creative righty type, and you know you're a writer, so it's not a bad writing exercise to do the one that I'd like to clone from Tom Steve Dave, and they call it 1 True 3. So what you do is you tell them 3 stories about yourself that they didn't know before, something shocking or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Or your life.
Yeah, you have to find out the lie.
1 is true, 2 are false.
Oh, okay. So you have to find
But
out
it could be the other way too. It doesn't matter. So
Okay.
you make up 2 that are almost right, maybe, or something like that, and the people around here have to guess if you're dicking with them.
Okay.
And while they're saying it, you're allowed to dick with them. You ask questions,
Yeah.
and the person can lie back.
Okay. We can probably do something like that.
It's a thought, but that's more like that's an exercise in creativity.
Yeah.
In winging it and improving.
Well, it's the same thing with like Cards Against Humanity because there's all these different.
But you come in with source material pre-done. So whoever's turn it is up has the time to prepare.
Yeah.
So it's not completely improv. The improv is you have to anticipate the questions. You can prepare as much as you can, but
Yeah.
you have to kind of see if they can bust you. That's
Okay.
the idea of that. But I just happen to like the game.
Yeah. So there's some possible options.
And talk to Aaron about the jigsaw panel. I think that would be fun for you.
Okay.
It's a writing panel. It's at Lakeland. Mm-hmm. You can pretend like you're just a student there and just walk in. I don't care that you pay admission. I have a Facebook event for it on the Beautiful Blasphemy page. Mm-hmm. And I'm trying to pack the room with as many writers as I know. Mm-hmm. And this is just a general rule for me. I'm not a good writer. I'm not very good. These people are better than me. I don't care, and that's bullshit to me. And that's the point of Jigsaw. It doesn't matter if you're good or not.
Yeah. See, that's...
And what you produce out of that does not have to be good. That's not the goal of it.
Yeah. But see, and that's where I fall short. Because I'm constantly criticizing myself.
And that's, Jigsaw is a good exercise in that. Plus, the way, and I work it in stages, where you gradually get closer and closer to a more traditional writing workshop would be, and more original of your own content.
Yeah.
But you do have a lot of kick-started stuff. The first one is all crap that's already there. The second one's a little bit of you, and the third one is more of you. And then the whole room puts that thing together into something, so the end result isn't necessarily entirely your fault if it's shit. We all take a piece of the shit pie. We're all that porta potty that creates this.
Yeah.
And I'm going to make one of those mini books out of it. Now, because I lost my way to steal books for my work, it'll be digital only now and print when I can.
Okay.
And you guys will have the digital files so you can print if you want to. If you have any ways of doing that, you can share digitally all you want. There'll be PDFs. So.
Yeah, I might actually.
And I'll do some original artwork for it, some collage-y kind of artwork stuff.
Yeah. I can probably post it on online.
Yeah, if you send me a message on Facebook, I'll send you a copy of Jigsaw Con Life. That was the last of these I did at a convention. This is only the second one I've done.
Okay.
So, and it's going to be a similar format to that. So it's a fun little setup, I think. You get about an hour, you have some creative fun, and sometimes it gets ridiculous, and sometimes it sounds really cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
And I mean, and that's another thing why I'm constantly. I know I can do a lot more with my Twitch channel and with like various, like even my YouTube videos. I can do a lot more with it, but I need time for it, for YouTube especially. But also, I need time and I need bodies for certain parts.
So for that, you got to be sociable.
Yeah. So I need to be able to have time to get out there.
The time thing is the other thing. And if you tag along with Aaron to some of his video things, you show up as like a free intern and just offer to do whatever they need. You need a guy standing in the background, right? You need a guy just to walk through or whatever.
Yeah.
You're like, hey, or the guy to hold the mic.
Yeah.
Hold the mic. You're tall, so you'll super help out for that. And especially the way you look, you're great as the guy in the bar scene or any fight scene. You fall down, you get hit, you're the guy that gets the thing cracked over his head or whatever.
That's why I went
And Matt Kane is always looking for bad guys to get beat up because everyone wants to be the one that beats up, not the guy that gets beat up.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind being a stunt
double. And they offer free training.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind being a stunt double.
Matt Kane is a martial artist. So is Johnny, actually.
Oh, I know.
So
I've seen him.
Tag along with that stuff, and then you meet the people and you say what you do. Aaron and I, last time he was hanging out at my house and spend the night, we talked a lot of shit about you. And one of them was the Twitch thing, and the same thing I had told you is that Twitch is an oversaturated market. You're not going to make your differentiation on playing video games with walkthroughs.
It depends. I mean, I know that, it
now, not
becoming...
being in that, that's an outsider's opinion, that's for sure.
Oh, that's
but I think I'm not wrong in the saturated part of it. Am I wrong in that?
Well, it depends on what you're looking for. If you're looking for a walkthrough, then yeah, it is relatively oversaturated. But if you're looking for, like, a person to talk to,
See, and that's the thing I'm thinking, too, is that's where you're going to differentiate, is on that personal content.
And that's what I try for, is that, when people come to my channel, it's like, how's your day been? How, what have you been up to? What do you like doing?
So you can do something. So this podcast is basically you're exercising that and trying that out for your Twitch channel, right?
Yeah.
So one of the things is the game that we just mentioned. You could try something like that with your people you're playing with. You say, tell me something about yourself that's complete. It could be and each person only does one, and you have to guess whether it's true or false.
Mm-hmm.
So one guy tells you a thing, and it's just that one thing. Is that true or false?
Yeah.
And you can ask him questions.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a thought there.
Yeah, because it becomes 20 questions.
I would strongly recommend, you mentioned we stole it from Tell 'em Steve Dave.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's ever going to matter. Those guys don't care. But
Yeah.
a little bit of respect for the source material wouldn't hurt.
Yeah.
Because
But see, the thing is-
part if they get word of
Well,
it.
not only that, I mean, it's been done so many ways and so many times over the years,
But
but they're not the first.
It's a good icebreaker, and then the other thing is you could offer an advice column. You
Yeah.
could make it like talk
Well, see,
radio.
the thing is,
No, tell them, you straight up and tell them, I'm not good at giving advice, but I'm going to tell you the worst advice I could possibly think of.
because the thing is, one guy had come in asking advice about dating, and I hadn't been dating
All right,
at
but
all.
you answer him anyways, but
Oh, I
tell
did.
him,
I'm
I
like-
don't know what I'm telling you. This is going to be bad advice.
Yeah,
Here it
I'm
goes.
like, if you're into it, then go for it. But I would strongly recommend, you take a little bit of time and think about what you want. But
Listen to everything I say knowing that it's complete bullshit. All right?
yeah, because I mean, and the guy finally came along on the next day, and he's like, yeah, I asked her out. I'm like, okay, well, how did it go? And he's like, I think she shot me down. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
So the other thing I said too, and Aaron actually likes this idea in the video game part, is unique video game segments, like the one we said about the retro. Mm-hmm. It's like a once a month thing. You do a retro game. You
Yeah,
can plug in your NES and record it.
But the thing is that everybody has emulators to do NES games.
Okay.
They're all speedrunners though. They go through like Mario in like 10 seconds.
All right. So why have you some unique stuff? You got to run it through a coax, and basically you can't do it live, I think. Mm-hmm. But you can record it and then talk with people while it's playing.
Yeah.
Or do it as a featured segment. So that's one that's not live, but you can talk to people live while it's playing.
Because there are certain games that I do, if I can memorize them well enough, I will try to speedrun them. Like Outlast 1 and 2.
Well, I'm thinking.
Because they have achievements for getting through the game in under 5 hours.
So, I'm a nerd of video game history. So you find one of those things of video game history and you play them and you tell them the history. Mm-hmm. That's one way to go at it.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. You are the nerd, the video game history nerd. I'm not.
Well, yeah, it's called fucking Google. All right.
Yeah, well, I'm not gonna be searching Google while I'm, because my computer can only handle so much.
Because you're gonna use the game that's not going to be able to be live. You play it through, you research, you play it through, and then while it's playing, you explain it to people. That's a thought. You don't have to do that.
Actually, no. That with Twitch, that doesn't work. You cannot put recordings on unless you're gonna have the whole thing be a recording.
I don't know how that works.
It's all live.
The reason, and one other thing I was going to tell you though, is Game Genie. Mm-hmm. You can't do that on all those emulators.
No, you can't.
But Game Genie lets you make up your own codes.
Oh yeah.
So
I've
there's
done
a
it
bunch
so many times.
of weird ass shit out there. Mm-hmm. Mine, the one I want to totally do is the Pickpocket Mario Brothers, because it will freak you the fuck out. Mm-hmm. It randomly generates enemies everywhere, but then also automatically does weird glitches to other things. Mm-hmm. Like I have yet to be able to get past worlds 1 and 2 because it takes the at the very end of it, how you got to hop over the things coming down over the cliffs to get to the pipe.
Yes, please.
It removes the little ladders that come up and down, so you cannot jump over the damn gully. I've yet to figure out how to get beyond that. It's a thought. I don't know.
Yeah,
but the retro thing might be a bad idea, but it's a feature, something unique. Is what I'm thinking.
Well, see, the thing is that
Or if it is a live game you can play without the Game Genie and an emulator, at least do your research ahead of time. So if there's a lull, because if people don't know these games, you can tell them something interesting about it.
But see, and that's where I'm trying to find some way of differentiating myself, from everybody else, because everybody else is always doing the same thing over and over again. Because more often than not, people usually go to these sites, these channels and everything, looking for free stuff. That's all they care about. It's like, hey, you're gonna give me something for free? You're doing giveaways? You're gonna, do a random drawing? Can I have some stuff? It's like,
Yeah, we're gonna give you free bullshit.
yeah, it's like, you're not getting it from me, because I don't know how to run any giveaways yet.
And they also get sponsors.
And plus, I don't have anything to give away. So
You can give them away the shit you steal from Uh-huh.
No.
Cardboard boxes.
Yeah.
There you go.
No, I don't steal their boxes. I can't carry them. But no, it's like, because...
Chicken that sat out all day. Eating that.
Yeah.
But dude, I could tell you job stories too, because I've worked a little teaser for what we do. So retail is one, right? But I've also worked a bunch of factories.
Yep.
And I had one factory with a guy that had been there 25 years, and this place was a shithole. He would tell me stories about a guys that hung themselves at that job, a guy that went up to the Perkins around the corner and shot the place up because his girlfriend was cheating on him, and then came to work. He went to the restaurant, shot it up, shot his girlfriend, came to work, and the cops arrested him there. Or the stupid shit I got away with at jobs that I shouldn't have. I've had a number of jobs where I did not do a goddamn thing all day long and still got a paycheck.
Yeah.
And somehow worked there for years.
I was like, when I was working over...
What the fuck is...
They build machines for other companies. I don't know exactly what kind of machines or what they do. But
I work there. I don't know what they do.
Exactly.
I push the button.
And I didn't even do that. There was no buttons to push because you had to build everything.
Oh, it was assembly line. Oh, that's
in a way,
terrible. That was my first factory job.
Yeah.
Was assembly line like that.
And it sucked because because they expected you to be able to read blueprints the way that
I always had a natural aptitude for.
I can't.
Yeah,
I can't read blueprints for shit. I've tried.
It's a math sense, is what it is. If you're bad at math, you're probably bad at reading those too. But mine is also the art thing, so I can interpret things I see and draw.
Yeah, well, I can't, because I took a mechanical drawing class in high school, and I completely failed that. And I actually...
It requires precision, that's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I think I made it through with a D, but I should have had like a...
The good news is that nobody draws that shit by hand anymore. Everyone uses AutoCAD.
Yeah, that's what I was using.
But they do require you to take at least one class of manual drawing, because in the realm of drafting, you might get blueprints from the 1800s, right?
Yeah.
Well, they were hand-drawn. You need to know what that meant that was drawn to put it into CAD.
Yeah.
You have to be able to interpret it. And also, a lot of times, shit has disappeared off the print. You have to draw back in or understand what was supposed to be drawn there. Yeah. Because then you're going to put it in AutoCAD.
But see, that's the thing, is that we had to do both, because it was back in 96, 97. And I took the class thinking I didn't know what the hell I was
How
doing.
is your math? Is it bad?
It's horrible.
Is it? Okay.
I can do basics.
Well, I'm saying if you had if you could at least do basic algebra.
Algebra is a little bit tricky.
CNC coding and programming is extremely lucrative, and you have to just be able to add and subtract and keep track of that in your head.
Yeah, I know.
If you can't do that, that's a terrible idea.
I can do addition, subtraction.
And then I would suggest the other thing I would suggest is you can download AutoCAD for free. And it is extremely well controlled for drawing lines. So instead of drawing in Photoshop or Illustrator, you have an extreme amount of control of drawing anything you want. And AutoCAD's the 2D version. Yeah. Everybody in the industry uses SolidWorks, which is the same company's 3D version of it. AutoCAD is free, and you can have extreme amount of control in lines. So it's a way to draw if you can't draw, but you have to have a little bit of sense of math.
Yeah, like I said, I can do the basics. I can do a little bit of algebra, but not a whole hell of a lot. And I prefer to stay away from math in the first place because it's annoying.
Math is your friend.
No, it's not.
I've already told my kid that if he's good at math, he's probably better than 80% of the students in his class.
No, I suck at math. Like I said, I'm good at basics.
I was a tutor for math when I was in college. Yeah. And I wanted to smack a lot of people and wonder how the fuck they got out of high school.
Well, I barely passed high school. I made it out of high school with a 1.6 GPA.
Did you graduate, or did you do like the homeschool?
I graduated.
Okay, because your brother,
I was forced to
Aaron
graduate.
and Val did not, though, right?
I was forced to graduate. I had to. If I didn't graduate, Mom was basically going to say, get out of my house.
That's kind of Sean, my brother. They kicked his ass across the stage, and the teachers let him slide on a lot at the end because they didn't want the want him fucking back. Sean was a pain in the ass. Sean's still a pain in the ass.
But see, the thing is I didn't know exactly what I wanted to to study when I was in high school. I didn't know what was available.
And that's the thing too, and I've been telling Aiden this too, is that like he just got into the 8th grade. He'll be in 9th grade next year, and they're like, "What do you want to do with the rest of your life?" And I'm trying to explain to him that's bullshit. By the time you get out of high school, find out what you want to do next or can do next, and go from there.
No.
You probably won't know entirely, but I would start asking, what do you like? Go that way, but you don't have to make the decision.
Yeah.
Now, eventually you should make some decision, or you wind up at my age and fucking almost 40 and don't know what the fuck you're gonna do.
I'm almost 50, so.
And that's the problem with me. I know
Almost 40.
I know what I want to do. I know that.
Yeah.
It doesn't pay.
And that's how mine is too. I know what I want to do now, but when I was in high school, then on the verge of graduating, there were no classes for what I wanted to do.
And that's something Kevin Smith Kevin Smith said too, is that you know what you want to do. The problem is you have to keep doing it, and you have to work harder than you'd ever work at a job that would actually pay you money. And you just have to keep fucking doing it, no matter how many times you fuck up.
Yeah, and there are going to be a lot of failures, which is to be expected.
You have to, because the moment you stop, the moment you lose the faith, no one else has that faith in you at all.
Yeah, and that is what's constantly.
And
it's one of those things that constantly drives me and keeps me up at night.
And it's an exercise thing too. Like we're doing this as a vocal exercise, right? And I mentioned Jigsaw as a writing exercise, right? All right, let's say you're like me and you're fat, right? You eat food. What happens if you don't exercise? You get lazy, you get fat, you lose your abilities. It's anything that's intellectual is absolutely a use it or lose it. So even if you don't have a reason to do it, come up with one.
Yeah.
Like you don't have a podcast or you don't have a workshop, right? Keep fucking doing it no matter what. Come up with excuses to do it.
Yeah.
Writing is going to help you with coming up with content for this. Talking with people is going to help you with the social thing. It's going to help you with the chatting with people online.
And that's something else is, I want to be able to collaborate with others as well.
And I make those mini books, right?
Yeah.
I offer them to anyone that wants them, so they don't have to be poetry, by the way.
I know. I don't do poetry. I've tried.
And that's fine.
Thank you.
The format I can do that's free and cheap is those mini bifolds. So that offer is always open to you if you want an excuse. And it does not have to be anything new. It can be what you had in the past, and maybe it sparks you to continue it. Or to finish something you had before.
Yeah.
I will always make the book for you. It's not a problem. And then maybe I show you how to make your own. And it's like what I do is sort of the modern version of zines people used to do.
Yeah.
So that's basically what it is. And there are zine fairs. So then you'd have an excuse to go out and meet other people that do this thing.
Yeah. And that's the thing is during the week I want to actually be able to set aside time to go and.
So there's the difference, and Kevin Smith also says this too. I take a lot of his advice, even though at this point in his life he's a burned out stoner. But he's made his thing, so he's chilling now.
Yeah.
Not really. He's actually doing a ton of shit.
He's still.
He's still doing a ton of creative shit. He's just less angry about it.
Yeah.
Fuck, I almost lost what I was gonna say.
Well, then you should still have it.
In the creative world, knowing more and more creatives of every ilk is never going to hurt. Because whatever project you're working on, you then know somebody who knows a bit and piece of each.
Yeah.
So for film, right, it doesn't hurt to know people like me who are builders. Because then you have people who can help build your fucking set.
Yeah.
It doesn't hurt to know more and more writers. Even if you wrote your own thing, you have more people to run it through and say, hey, can you take a look at this? Tell me what you think, because something's effed up here.
Yeah.
What's going on?
And that's the thing is that I need bodies for certain projects that I'm going to be working on. Because there is a certain movie that I want to put together.
You gotta meet them and you gotta talk them into it, and don't ever say the fucking word work for exposure.
Yeah, I know.
If you're not gonna pay them, be straight up and say I'm not gonna pay you.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's like this is strictly a free project. This is something
and you're gonna lose some people because of that, and you cannot take it personally. We got bills to pay, man.
I know.
That's the way shit works.
I know, and that's the thing is that I want to be able to do this professionally.
I did remember what I wanted to say. You made this statement. I want to set aside time for. That's the problem there. I want to. I have to. I am going to.
True.
Not want.
Yeah, the wording.
And not even I have to. I am going to. And pick that day and do it every time.
I want to do it every day.
And are the kids in school?
Yeah. Well, like I said, Monday through Friday, or Monday through Wednesday, I don't have to worry about them.
So here's what you do.
So those are the 3 days that I want to actually use.
All right, so you got a day you might need to do housework, right? Laundry, dishes, the whatever. Or
yeah,
can you do that with the kids there?
I can do that with kids.
Okay, so cool. You can do that with them there. I got a writing day, I got a Twitch day, I got a something social day of some sort, okay?
Yeah.
You have to go to some social thing, online, whatever. Talk to Aaron, talk to me, whatever. Those are your 3 days. And not the whole day. All right, I got 2 hours here, 2 hours here, 2 hours here.
Yeah.
That's it. And do that. And it has to be every fucking week.
And that's what I want to do.
All right. And you notice how I said it has to be. It's not like I want it to be. It'd be cool if it was.
Yeah,
and
no.
I am just as guilty as what I'm telling you now. I'm telling you that right now. I'm just as fucking guilty.
Because I've changed
Life
my
is full
schedule.
of these distractions and shit.
It pisses me off because I've had so many times that I've wanted to do things, and then it's like, I should be doing this, but I'm not. Why am I not doing it?
and it's mental and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Depression and all that good stuff. I get that, man. And look, you're going to F up here and there, and the
that's the whole
holidays
thing.
happen. You can take a break of 1 week.
Yeah.
One.
Yeah.
All right?
And that's another thing is that, when I first started out with Twitch, is that, because of the fact that I wasn't affiliated yet, it's like, okay, well, I don't feel like streaming today or this week. I'm not going to bother, and I didn't really have a schedule. Now that I'm affiliated, I have a set schedule. There has to be this time.
And there's a couple of there's a couple of ways to frame it too, right? All right, I'm at home, right? Here's my day. It takes a lot of planning, I'll tell you that. I write everything down when I do it. Do I have to deal with the kids? Nope, cool. Do I have to be at work? Nope, cool. What am I doing? I'm doing this. What else am I gonna do?
No.
Business people, right? A lot of the way they view that, especially CFOs, financial people, the way they look at this is, all right, if I work, right now I'm at work, and I'm worth $30 an hour. So my value for work is $30 an hour. How am I spending that money other times? If I'm at home, I'm losing $30 an hour. You don't have to view it financially, but if I don't have these other tasks that I have to do, I could be making money. You could be making content, and never hurts to make more content.
Yeah.
That's more to cut. If you make a movie that you want to be an hour and you make 6 hours of content, that is way fucking better than making a half hour of content and having to fill it.
Yeah.
Because then you could choose the better shit.
And that's the thing is that I want to be able to have so much available that I can pick and choose what's good and what we can go, and then set aside maybe a blooper reel or something.
And you know what? And this is too here. By all means, copy exactly what the fuck we said here if you want. Entirely steal the conversation verbatim if you want. No one involved in this thing is going to worry about that.
Yeah.
So if you cannot think of something, bring it up. And ask your people questions. And then the second part is, I don't know how you make money in that thing. So are there ways to make more money?
On Twitch?
Yes, than what you do now.
The basic way of making money is through subscriptions. People subscribe to you for either they can do it for free through Twitch Prime because you have your Amazon Prime account connected to Twitch. So that way it's it's called Twitch Prime. So you can subscribe for free for that. Or you can pay a monthly fee of like $4 a month, 24 months. Actually, it's a month or a 3-month subscription, like for $25. And you get billed regularly until you say you want to stop. And then you got donations. People can donate to you however much they want. I have one person donated $2 to me, and it's still sitting on my account because I can't claim it until I reach at least $100.
Yeah, I get that. YouTube is like that too, but they took away my ability to make money on YouTube.
Yeah.
With the apocalypse.
That, and plus you have to have at least 1,000 subscribers and 400,000 hours worth of watch time.
You know what? It's a free place for me to throw my shit at other people. Who the fuck cares? They're letting me use their service for free. Fuck them.
Yeah, it's like, and I thought about doing YouTube as a living, back in the day when it first came out.
Rough.
Yeah, it was, but I had AdSense. I was able to monetize my videos, and then they decided to change the rules again. And they completely screwed me out of that.
A lot of creators got fucked, man.
Everybody, all the small channels got screwed. So it's like, yeah, we're not going to do this anymore.
So, one of Tell 'em Steve Day's first episodes that actually made them popular in their own version of popular, right? As in set them out of the Kevin Smith realm of type of stuff, was they went to a fucking flea market and talked to the people running the flea market. And it turns out there's a guy selling Nazi merchandise. There's one dude that was and next to a guy that escaped from a Nazi internment camp. So, and just about talking to people. And then there was this other girl who worked with her mom, but spent the whole time bitching about her mom who was next to her.
No.
So, it's weird shit like that. And as you do the social thing, as I'm saying, record a bunch of shit.
Yeah.
Also, always let people know you're recording them, by the way.
Oh, of course.
As a heads up.
Yeah, because then you got the people that...
Can I record you for my blankety blank channel? Or for my channel, just period.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. And you don't always have to use it. And if they say no, respect them. It's the same thing. Cosplay is not consent. That's about grabbing butts and things like that.
Yeah.
But it also applies to taking photos. Always ask.
Yep.
It's just rude. Especially sometimes the girl's in the middle of adjusting her costume and you just snap without asking. Or she wants, if you ask, they'll pose and you get a better picture. And so all that good fun.
Yep.
And then I would work on the game thing, seeing if there's some way to differentiate.
Yeah.
Retro was my thought, but it doesn't have to be that. That's just because I like that shit.
I mean, I've basically gotten a lot of the followers through the card game. But I'm trying to differentiate myself.
Ooh. You mentioned Cards Against Humanity. Run one of your game streams as you're running it and playing through the game. Play Cards Against Humanity.
I need to get a hold of a thing of it first.
With you don't have Cards Against Humanity?
No.
Oh.
I was thinking to go and get some.
All right. So I have a fuck ton of it. I'm not using it, but I'm not sure I want to loan it to you if your kids are gonna fucking eat it.
That's why they're not gonna be there.
Okay.
Or if
I'm absolutely sure you're not gonna lose the shit and fuck it up, you can use it. Because I have a ton of it, and I'm not using it.
No.
I have the goddamn long box, and it's full.
Yeah. Because, I mean, I still have to find out where I can get a hold of another copy of it. If it's over at Barnes & Noble or not.
Online.
No, yeah, there's always online. But then you have to wait like 4 to 6 weeks.
I'm not using the one I have, so you're welcome to use it as long as I'm sure you're going to get the fuck back to me.
Yeah.
Or I can give it to you at a Denny's Day and bring it to the next one.
Yeah.
But I especially wouldn't mind loaning it to you if I know you actually do that. If I give it to you and you don't do something with it, I'm gonna be pissed off. I'm like, well, you wasted as much time as I did by owning this damn thing.
No, I'm thinking about actually putting it in for like,
you could have a Cards Against Humanity night.
Yeah.
So you've got one show a week, let's say, right? You got 2 regular shows, you got 2 special shows, maybe beginning of the month, end of the month, right? One is like, I don't know, your retro night or your special night, and the other one might be your game night.
Yeah, so.
Yeah.
And plus, if I can get more people over, if they wanted to hang out and actually be part of the podcast or the stream, then we could all do it at once.
Okay. Well, you got to know more people. That's a start.
No.
So do that.
And that's another thing. Jenkin was planning on being here tonight, and because he spent the night.
By the way, go hang out at Lakeland.
Yeah.
You don't have to be a student.
Oh, I know.
Because they don't fucking know.
Yeah, I've been there several times.
Have you seen their makerspace?
No.
Oh. My panel is at noon. NeonCon is there during the day. Wander around the building. Come early. Or stay late after the event.
Yeah.
Just wander around. Because I'll be leaving right afterwards, but you can hang out and see the building.
Oh,
H building is actually where their makerspace is.
Yeah.
Just fucking hang out. Cool art gallery. There's a skeleton show going on right now.
No.
It's pretty cool.
And if Lewis, I was expecting Lewis to be here.
Yeah, Louis.
Yeah.
I wish he was, because he's a weird dude. He'd be great for this.
Because I was going to say, hey.
But he's super socially awkward, and the fact that he had a kid is weird, too.
So am I, so.
Oh, he's more than you.
Well.
Yeah, Eli, I was trying to get to come, too, because Eli was supposed to show up at Ingenuity Fest yesterday. Eli cleaned out my desk for me. He's got my fucking plant and all my shit. They showed up Friday, and I was upstairs when he left, and I wanted to go out to his car and get my shit, but he had to park so far away from me. He said he was coming tomorrow, so I'm like, all right, we'll just get it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Dude, you got my plant cooking in your car. And he's got all my other shit. I haven't kept that ton of shit on my desk too. Poor guy. But I guess he had a depressive episode and whatever. He doesn't have any friends at our work really except me.
Yeah.
So it might be related to me. It might not be. He also goes through his own shit.
Yeah. Because I was gonna actually try and make plans to make sure that it'd be possible to pool with him, and actually bring the kids as well to let them see how it is up there. And
At Lakeland?
yeah,
With who?
with Louis.
Oh. Yeah, contact him directly. See what you can do.
I don't have his number.
Oh. Ask me to do the Facebook thing for you.
All right.
Like, send me a message or something, and I'll do it. Because if people don't send me something in some form of written communication, I forget it 5 minutes later.
Okay.
And then whenever I get a chance, I'll shoot the link to these. You guys can do it over Facebook.
Okay.
Yeah, but give it a 50-50 chance if it's actually going to be serious.
Yeah, I mean it's.
I would make backup plans with Aaron if you can get him to come. I really want Aaron to come. I want Aaron to practice the writing part more too. Aaron's got talent, and I don't think he has any faith in his talent on the writing portion because he never shares his writing. And that's the problem. I don't know if it's good or bad.
Yeah. Well,
And
he
I
and I
honestly
done the
don't.
same.
I don't care if it's good or bad. I just want you to have it out there.
Yeah.
Like, I will print shit from teenagers, and I will print shit from 90-year-old people.
Yeah.
And there's plenty of it I've read that I've said, this is shit, but I will print it all. We're not about judging content. We don't jury. We don't do anything in it. It's just about getting your words out there. Even if it's shit, the next one might not be because you had the chance to start.
Yeah.
The only thing we do is we call, we're dedicated to responsible free speech. So more or less you can say whatever you want, but you gotta be responsible about it. So if you're gonna spew a bunch of racist shit, or something equally as dumb, that might be the only time I ever say no, or I might let you shoot yourself in the foot. That might not be something I let you print, but I would let you read it at a reading if I did it, and I will go up and say, he said what he had, but now he has to listen to the people's critique too. And just take it with, listen to it, but don't take it like as a personal attack. Take it as like, oh, I didn't see that, or maybe I can do better, or I disagree. So fuck them. And that's fine too.
Yeah.
But I have yet to have someone submit me something for writing that I've turned down. Ever. And some of it's shit.
Yeah.
In my opinion, that's fine. It's fine. Some of the jigsaws we've done are shit. But they're fun.
Yeah. And that's the whole the when it comes to the live stream and everything like that, it's very difficult for me to actually break the ice, and so to speak, by actually having a conversation and talking to myself, because that's all I ever do. Is I'm just talking to myself. It's like, okay, well, this is what I'm gonna do. This is what I have to do. Blah blah blah. And once in a while, somebody will come in and say, "Hey, how's it going?" And then I can go ahead and say, "Oh, not too bad."
So, I constantly go back to Kevin Smith, but it's only because I'm a gigantic nerd, right? And I kind of think the thing we're doing here is sort of similar to what he does. It's random talking about nothing, and somehow maybe thinking someone will be interested in it, right?
Yeah.
So he does all of his podcasts, and a lot of it is like that. Now, some of them are structured with, like, segments. But the segmenty part is always from the co-host, not from him. When you have just, like, Kevin Smith's Smodcast, which is just him, it's always something different that he's interested in. But when he goes to his shows, which kind of are billed like stand-up, but they're not really stand-up, what he does is he goes in with, like, a handful of topics, but not how to go with there. He lets the audience kind of create half the content for him. So if you're going to start a podcast, a little outline wouldn't hurt.
Yeah.
Write down 3 topics. Go with that. And just keep going off of it and see if it hits. Don't give it up right away if you get nothing. Let it go for a minute.
Oh, yeah.
So write down a couple of topics. Pick something. And it could be something personal, like bitch about my ex. This is ex bitching day. Anything of that nature. Think of if your episode had a title. And go with it first. What is today's episode titled? And maybe that'll help you structure.
Yeah.
You can keep a composition pad and write it down or whatever. And then you have recordings you can always play off later. And the more you do, the more you get to build off of. And like I said, you can steal from this too.
Yeah. I mean, I was gonna be recording while I was at work, doing a few things, just doing random thoughts or whatever.
Yeah. I do. I write it down. I do that.
Yeah.
And then I transfer it to files later, so it's organized because I'm anal retentive. I'm a data analyst, so fucking. There's a reason I'm good at that job.
Yeah.
But in yours, you could do audio files.
Yeah.
And just make sure you can find it or do something with it, like
And
some way of being able, if you need to know it later.
And that's the whole thing is that I was planning on doing it like
a little a voice recorder.
Yeah.
Message thing. Yeah, I got you.
Well, not only that, but also something to add on to like a podcast later. But it's like do like a segment of
So that's what I'm going to suggest, and I strongly think you should write it down. Is next episode, each of us comes with one topic. Okay?
Okay. Well, it's recorded, so.
Yeah. You think I'm going to remember that? If I don't write what I just told you down, I'm going to forget that.
Well, that's fine. You go ahead and write it down. I have it recorded.
Okay, as long as that is a helpful reminder tool for you.
So that'll work.
It is not for me, because I am terrible at that.
Yeah.
You can see the notes I took from Ingenuity Fest. Jesus Christ, look at this. A lot of it, too, is stuff I got to do, like, job-wise right now.
Yeah. And that's another thing, job-wise, to really bitch about work, is that, because when I go into
I really think the retail one is a good one, and then maybe a second episode or a sequel could be, like, factory
job,
work.
yeah.
Because we've both done both. So is Aaron.
Yeah. And also fast food.
Yep. Fuck, I'm looking at places I've worked at from here.
Yep. And then, but when I go in tonight, I'm going to talk and be like, I want to transfer departments. I do not want to be in stock. I never want. When I first applied for the job, I wanted cashier.
Oh, I'm sure I'm gonna have crippling depression tomorrow once all this hits. I've been kind of riding on Ingenuity Fest and like, look, I'm gonna get through that and I'm gonna deal with this on Monday. I'm sure I'm gonna wake up with it feeling like shit because of this.
Yeah.
But one of the things that makes it a little better is my review was due up in January, and between now and then I was going to reassess my future career because I ultimately want to go to art school.
Yeah.
But I think it's going to take me honestly 5 years to get there. I need to build a portfolio and I need to save money and student loans that I still have from my previous stuff.
Yep.
And what I had before has gotten me to here, right? Like I know how to build now, but now I don't know the art world, the business, which I fucking hate.
Yeah. See, and that's,
But I have to do it.
I'm not very business savvy either, but I need to work on finding a way of businessing.
It sucks, but it is necessary.
Yeah.
It is a necessary evil, and plus it is the exposure. It is the networking. It is the resources. It is all that. And worst case scenario, especially me, no artist leaves college making thousands of dollars on their work, right?
Nobody.
But you know what I am capable of? Teaching. And I am an upcycle artist, and that is the goddamn art of the future because every artist coming up now is not going to come up with money for art supplies. They are motherfucking prohibitively expensive.
Yeah.
You do not come up being a fucking oil painter.
No.
You come up with digging shit out of the trash and making something neat out of it. And I think that's the art of the future, and I can teach classes in that.
Yeah.
A lot of them. In fact, I already got fucking outlines for lesson plans. Because that's what I did at work instead of working.
Yeah.
I was write down shit like that and make people's books. Are we getting booted out?
No.
No.
They're open 24 hours. Why the hell are we getting booted?
Well, they do the fucking stink eye. Like, come on, man. We want to go back and smoke.
Then go smoke.
Well, that's the reason I do this at Denny's is because I don't feel bad about doing this here.
Yeah.
We're not here for the service and we're not here for the food. We're here for the fact that we can get away with doing this.
And plus, we've basically cleaned out the place.
Oh, yeah. Every time I go to a Denny's, my mouth kills everyone around me.
But
yeah.
I mean, and that's something that
coming with a topic is a good way to start working on that structure. You got to have some structure.
Yeah.
And it could just be
but going from
topic
one
idea.
Random topic to the next is just a little.
Well, and sometimes that would work if it's available. But it's not always available. It's like improving, but with a motivator. You know.
Yeah.
You got to have some kind of genesis point that give you the couple of basic things to work on.
Yeah. But I mean, and plus, with everything that I'm working on, I'm trying to become more business savvy in a way.
I gotta say, man, if you really absolutely suck at it, it is the absolute nightmarish thing. But you gotta do it business class. and you can take it online.
I took an intro to business class.
Did you fall asleep in it?
No.
Because I did.
No, I actually paid attention.
Okay.
Because the thing is that it's like, okay, this is actually something that actually would help. Because of the fact that, you know, I'm trying to be an entrepreneur.
You're as goddamn bored as I was.
It was rather boring. There were certain parts that were, but the thing is...
But it is good knowledge.
Yeah.
It is good
and
knowledge.
at the same time, it's like, you know, there were points that I could have used. You know, it's like, okay, well, you know, let me go ahead and try and implement that into my, you know, model as well.
And business in the internet age is a different beast too.
Mm-hmm.
Because there are, like, let's say you are a retailer, brick and mortars don't really make money anymore. Having a physical store is almost prohibitively expensive, especially with things like Walmart and Target. The only retailers that are going to be left is going to be Walmart and Target, those big box guys, because everyone else is going to be undercut by Amazon.
Yeah.
And the convenience of not having to leave your fucking house.
Yep.
Malls, the only few that survive are surviving by transitioning from department stores to entertainment and food and other things like that.
Yeah.
I've had this idea forever. Have you ever been to the Ashtabula Mall?
I think I've been around there before, but I've never actually been.
It's a shit dying dirt mall, as most are these days. But it was built in an area that was like that even beforehand.
Yeah.
Like I want to say Rolling Acres Mall out there in Euclid got turned into the Amazon distribution center.
Really?
Yeah. But that's how that. But that building shut down. The Ashtabula Mall, I honestly think, cannot sustain a mall because it's half empty right now. It's a dying mall.
So is this one.
Mentor? I don't think so.
A good portion of those stores are gone.
Well, yeah, Sears was a big hit to it.
Yeah.
But compared to other malls, it's in an area where people still have some disposable income.
Yeah.
And the Beechwood Mall is still successful. But most of the other malls around are not.
Yeah.
I think that one will be okay. Because they're building... There are stores that are empty, but they were still building on, too.
Yeah.
They just built that new Hobby Lobby and things like that. So I think it's all right. I think those other stores are the part. It's... How do you fill such a huge space that they have to rent for so expensive? Like the Sears thing, you know?
Yep.
Round one took care of the Dillard's problem. And I actually had a conversation with the manager of that mall a while ago because I was trying to get into the old Camelot, which is still there.
No, yeah, it is. I know.
Which I could probably get to just by walking through the doors. Just walking around the halls. Just walk like you know what you're doing. I swear to God, I worked at and I cut through that back entrance when I was an employee. I never stopped going through that entrance afterwards.
No.
And I just walk like I'm going to work. As long as you walk with purpose, most of the time people don't question you.
No.
But the Ashtabula Mall, I think, could be successful if they retransitioned the space into what people in that area are into, right? Like, let's say the broken down Sears paintball field.
Yeah.
That would be cool. Laser tag. The main stretch of the mall, right down the middle, skate park.
Yeah.
Put some fucking half pipes down that thing, and it's all concrete.
Yeah.
And if you're a kid in Ashtabula, where the fuck are you gonna skateboard? The street or the really busted ass sidewalk? There's very few of those, by the way. And you charge a little bit. And then you can keep the movie theater that's still there. You can keep the eateries that are around there. And the parking lot you rent for venues. I'm talking local concerts. I'm talking little things.
Yeah.
That's got to make more money than the nothing it's making now. So think there's a huge fucking lot out back where the Sears used to be because there was a Sears Auto Center. It's gigantic.
Yeah.
Dude, you could put a goddamn stage up there and do all sorts of shit up there.
Yeah.
It's not going to survive as a mall, but it can survive doing that. And you don't even have to change the building.
But you have to talk to the city council or something about it?
You probably have... Well, you don't really have to do rezoning. It's already zoned for multiple stuff like that.
Yeah, but I'm saying...
You have to do some licensing. Licensing is what it is. But I have a feeling the city would prefer a successful business to a not.
Yeah.
Because that brings money into there. Something like a small concert, something like that brings other people to the area. And, boy, they're missing out. But it is in a goddamn prime location for its own little indie art scene.
Yeah.
I tried doing things like that when I was there, but there is not support. There isn't a goddamn person living in that area that has a serious concern about art. So you need to bring in hipsters.
Yeah.
You are exactly between Cleveland and Erie. Both have art scenes. Now, and both Cleveland and Erie are poor as fuck cities, too. Erie's even worse. but they have a ton of artists. Erie has a ton of writers. It's like a big writing scene because poverty breeds that.
Yep.
And Cleveland has a lot of artists because of all the abandoned warehouse area, which is great space on the cheap for people that need art lofts.
Yep.
And it also has art schools, Cleveland Institute of Art and the Art Museum.
Yep.
So that breeds that. Right the fuck between them is Ashtabula, Ohio, with a ton of land.
No.
Sculpture Park, all sorts of things. You could put a little bit of art into that mall.
Yeah.
Have a little, rent out some of the small store spaces as artist space. Like it's their studio.
Yeah.
And maybe it flips here and there. That's not your main source of income. That's how you just take care of some of the empty spaces while you're having like, you keep the arcade in there while you're having people that are skating through there and playing paintball and escape rooms.
Yep.
And bounce houses and things like that. And you still have your movie theater too.
Yeah.
So you make it like an entertainment thing instead of a... And the rednecks out there, man, they fucking love that shit. They don't like going to Dillard's and buying food.
Yeah.
Or JCPenney's. They go to Walmart next door. Walmart is what murdered them.
Yeah.
That mall. It's what murdered the Kmart, which was the main anchor of that whole mall. So, all right. We're about rounded up, I think, because we're trailing off into bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah, we got about another 20 minutes, 19 minutes.
Well, we don't have to do it. I'm still going to take it to work early.
Yeah.
You're going to have to wait on me.
No, that's fine.
All right. So I stopped it. Tell me how I would do something to this to save to my recordings. I hear share.